In today's episode, we'll show you how to correct a problematic nail plate properly. Those where the nail curves downwards and the so-called ski jumps where the nail grows upwards. We will show you how to properly place the form and match it to both nail types so that our almond shape looks captivating.
Hi, I'm Connie, and this is a channel dedicated to the art of nail styling. In today's episode, we're going to explain how to correct problematic nail plates.
We prepped the nail plate using an acid-free primer and perfect base. We built the nail with Easy Shape Light Rose Gel and applied a natural mineral base. The entire look was additionally secured with tip-top top coat. And for dessert, we pampered the cuticles with 7th Heaven Sheer Elixir. We built the nail using the number 6 gel brush. We filed it with a 100 to 180 grit file, smoothed the surface with a 100 to 180 buffer, and we used a metal pinching tool near the ski jump.
To begin the treatment, we disinfect our hands, put on gloves, and disinfect our client's hands. Now, we can get to work.
We prepped the nail by pushing the cuticles back using the cuticle bit number 9, dehydrated the nail with purple cleaner, applied an acid-free primer, and rubbed the perfect base with the number 6 gel brush. Our forms are already pretty stiff. However, if you want your form even stiffer, you can use our stylist's method. She sticks the egg on the bottom of the form. We tear this part and place the form under the nail. At the same time, we check how it needs to be cut. In the first case, we are dealing with what looks like a claw as the nail curves downwards. Therefore, we will direct the form upwards. As you can see, the form pointing upwards creates gaps on either side of the nail. To eliminate them, it's necessary to cut the form and make the egg bigger. The form should be turned upwards so that the point next to the cuticles and the point of our target, meaning the extended nail, are on the same level. It fits like a glove. See how we achieved the perfect fit by enlarging the egg? This is exactly how it should be. Now we glue all 3 wings of the form. To sculpt today's almond, we'll use Easy Shape Light Rose Gel. We take a small amount of the product on gel brush number 6 and brush it on the natural nail plate. Then take a larger bead, which we will use to extend the nail. We place it on the form, pointing the brush towards the stylist. Without pulling it away, we move the gel gently over the form. We connect the extension with the natural nail plate and form a frame. We start from the left side edge and end with it on the right.
Let's take a look at a nail growing downwards from the side. Remember that in this case, where the natural nail ends and the form begins, we will have a visible dip.
Our stylist fills this gap while building the frame. She applies more product and cures the nail in the lamp for 30 seconds. Then gently remove the form, prying it up on both sides of the nail. Time to sculpt. We start with a thin layer, which will serve as a skating rink for the 2 beads of the gel which we will use to build our almond shape.
We do not cure the ice rink in a lamp.
We place the first larger bead in the center of the natural nail and we brush over it with the gel, directing the brush at an angle of about 45 degrees towards the cuticles. Without pulling the brush away, we also move the gel towards the free edge. Remember to keep the apex at the correct height. When the gel on the brush runs out, take a second bead and apply it on the free edge of the extended nail, this time using a smaller amount. Laying the brush flat, again without taking it off the gel, spread it towards the free edge. If there is unevenness on the surface of the built nail, we can level this out with a threading movement, also without lifting the brush from the nail surface. Finally, we check that the edges have been filled over with gel. At this stage, we place our nails under the lamp for 60 seconds. After which, we wipe the sticky layer off with a dust-free cotton pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner. File the nail with a 180 grit file. We look at the nail from above and start by correcting the shape. Then, looking from the side, we do the side edges. We file them in a one-sided motion to minimize over-filing.
Remember that it's extremely important for the creation of a stable structure.
The next step is to file the nail surface. To do this, place the file flat and hold it with your finger from above. First, we deal with the apex area up to the free edge. Only after that, we move on to the cuticles. The last step is to file the nail in a circular motion, which will help us to level the apex and mat the entire surface of the nail. When the nail is fully filed, we reach for a 180 grit buffer, which we use to eliminate any unevenness, even those invisible to the naked eye. Dust the nail off and wipe it with a dust-free cotton pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner. Our stylist's favorite way to achieve the so-called natural look is to brush it over with a thin layer of mineral base in a natural shade to even out the color of the look. Cure the mineral base for 30 seconds. The last product that we apply on the nail is of course Tip Top Top Coat, which will finish the look and let us enjoy the visible shine of the look for a long time. Cure Tip Top for 60 seconds.
Mineral base does not require a top coat finish because it's a 3-in-1 product. However, our stylist loves Tip Top with all her heart and cannot imagine not using it in every look. Do remember to wait a moment after removing the nail from the lamp, about a minute, before touching the surface. Those impatient clients will need to practice their patience. That way, we'll avoid the effect of a matte nail.
Finally, of course, a drop of cuticle oil is gently massaged into the cuticle area.
And now it's time for ski jumping, or rather, it's gentle landing. We're going to call this type of nail the ski jump slope.
Now we will cut the form to the prepared perfect base. Our stylist sticks the egg under the form again, just like in our curved nail. Then we tear the perforations and use our thumbs to roll the form. We fit the form and choose the right angle. We can see that we need to cut a simple shape in relation to the natural nail shape, in other words, to one of the red lines. We check whether cutting the form to the first line will give us the desired effect. We try it on again. The cut form now fits perfectly under the free edge of the natural nail and creates the right angle. The form itself lies along the axis of the finger. This arrangement shows us the proper correction of the so-called ski jump slope nail. Then we glue the form at all 3 points and make cuts on both sides of the natural nail. Place the cut form under the natural nail. Remember that the form should fit perfectly to the nail.
We move to the extension. We're going to sculpt the nail to a number 3 length. In this case, the form is glued to a length of number 5. Now, by gluing the form by 2 numbers along, the tunnel will become deeper and the extended nail will be slimmer. As in the previous example, we'll use the Easy Shape Light Rose Gel.
We take a minimum amount of gel on our number 6 gel brush and brush the product over the natural plate. Then place the larger bead on the form at length number 3. As we indicated earlier, we will sculpt our nail to this length. We do not lift the brush from the gel, and in this way we build the side edges. Spread the product on the frame from left edge to the right. Then we cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. We pry the form off by both sides and detach it by pulling the form down. The frame is ready. Now we move on to sculpting. Brush a minimum amount of gel on the nail. As in the previous look, we create an ice rink to facilitate the distribution of more product. First, at the height of the natural nail plate, place the first larger bead and spread it without pulling the brush away. Thus, we build the first part of the extended nail. The second bead, the smaller one, we apply to the free edge and continue sculpting. Cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. Our stylist's nail is not the thinnest, so while curing, after about 20 seconds, we pull the nail out of the lamp and pinch the stress area.
After pinching, we go back to the lamp for the remaining curing time. This stage will never be avoided.
Wipe the sticky layer with a dust-free cotton pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner. Now, time to file. We start by giving it the shape. We do this using a 180 grit file. File the nail on both sides of the free edge, smooth it and round it at the end. We move to the edges. We file them using a one-sided motion on both sides of the nail. We round both edges. The next stage of filing is to lay the file flat against the natural nail and to deal with the nail surface itself. Hold the file with your finger from above and use movements according to the rule up and down. After filing the surface, we do the cuticle area. The final step is filing in a circular motion over the nail surface. A 180 grit buffer will smooth the surface of the sculpted nail. We dust it off, wipe it using wipe-off cleaner, and voila! Just as in our first case, we cover the nails with a thin layer of natural mineral base and cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. We apply our stylist's favourite Tip Top and cure the nail in the lamp for 60 seconds. We finally release a drop of cuticle oil, and this is our happy ending. See how great the sculpted and, above all, corrected nails, which just a moment ago were ski jump shaped, look.
And that's it for today's episode. We really hope you found it useful. Feel free to leave us a comment below. See you soon.